Welcome to the Steambox Series, the series where I, Armrules, play and rank every Steam game I own that I don't remember buying. Awesome! We spin the wheel to see which game we're playing today, go through it, and finally slap a score on it and shove it in a tier list. Without further ado,
spin the wheel!
I don't know what that is. Knightshift is a sequel to a game called Polani. It came out in 2003 and was developed by a company called Reality Pump Studios. It was published by Topware Interactive, known for games such as Two Worlds 2 and Chicken Shoot. Yeah, I'll play this in 4K, it'll be easy. Go back. I couldn't actually get the game to run in full screen. I could only play it in a weird resolution that used about 2/3 of the screen. I understand this would be fine in 2003, but in 2021 it's kind of annoying. Much better. Graphically, it's surprisingly not the worst looking game I've ever seen. Sure, the visuals look pretty dated compared to the games we have these days, but ultimately, given the time period, I think they're okay. The graphics options are fairly scarce, limiting you to only a handful of resolutions and settings, but they do the job. So overall, graphics are solid. I had to have a haircut now that lockdown's over, but I'm back and I'm ready to talk about gameplay.
When we come down, if I die, then wholly with honor.
Wow. The gameplay doesn't suck, it's just not the most interesting gameplay in the world. You click to move your character around, find the enemy, click that enemy, you attack. That's kind of the depth of the combat system that I found, at least. A lot of it's stats based, so I can't do a special move like a twirl and stick a sword up the wolf's ass. But more so the damage is controlled by stats, so if I've got a good sword and a good shield, then I'll win. Love clicking on enemies and doing nothing! The game gives you a kind of rough idea on what you're actually meant to be doing, which it just kind of gives you one sentence at the top of the screen. This is great, but the map is completely invisible until you've explored an area, so I found myself kind of walking into the side of the map and then not being able to find where I'm actually meant to go until realising I needed to go across a particular bridge that was about 3 miles back, and at that point I can access the new area, so that was kind of frustrating. That way. In summary, the combat's okay, you just kind of click and that's about it, so not great fun but does the job. The quests are confusing and I can't find where I'm going, and I don't have a map, and I just have to wander aimlessly until I hit a bridge that may or may not take me to where I want to go. The point to click to move my character works okay, but isn't the most engaging thing in the world, but I understand that this is how the game's meant to be played, and there are games like that, like League of Legends, that people enjoy. It's just not for me. Sorry. I haven't got a clue. Oh, I know this one, it's a house. I don't know that one. Porn? Nah, I'm done. I haven't got a clue what the story means, what the plot is, what's going on. All I've got is that intro that means absolutely nothing to me. From playing the game around a bit, I can understand that I'm a prince called John, and I need to get back to wherever I came from. That's all I can really suss out. The side quests have me collecting honey, finding kids in the forest. I know, sounds dodgy, but it's not. And even leading cows around the village. I can't conclusively tell you what the plot of this game actually is, or why it exists. Well, it's not for fun, that's for sure.
It will not be easy to enact a conceit. Knights fight until their terminal breath.
Jesus. The audio design isn't bad, just repetitive. The British accent is alright, I suppose. But the phrases that your character says, you will hear 1,000,000 times every second. Do you know how much that is? He says the same 6 or 7 recycled things over and over and over. The characters sound interesting enough. They've all got that fake British accent from back in the day. and it works with the time period of the game. The music's nice, it gives the overall theme structure. It brings together the kind of older time period they were going for, and is actually quite a good soundtrack. The only complaint I can really have here with the audio is, like I said before, the amount of times your character says the same thing. Knights fight until their terminal breath. Well, you don't see IGN putting this in their reviews. Dying in Knightshift is like dying in real life. Really harsh. If you haven't saved, you lose everything back up to that save. There's no checkpoint system. There's an autosave that seems to go off randomly. And it actually brought me back about half an hour back into my playthrough. It's definitely a deterrent, but it was more of a frustration. I died and decided I didn't want to play anymore. I didn't die and think, yeah, I'm going to carry on. That was brilliant. I can't wait to redo the last half an hour of my life. Can you feel the frustration? Oh boy, he's about to slap a number on it like he said he would. Knightshift's an okay game. The graphics are alright. The audio's okay. The gameplay does the job. Everything is bare minimum, it feels like. It just about meets the requirements to be an okay game. Based on my time with the game, which in all truth was about an hour or so, and my first impressions of the game so far, I'd have to stick a 4 on it. 4's okay. If that was inches, I'd still be happy. The gameplay and story just aren't interesting enough to warrant a higher score, though the sound design and graphics were the upholding points of the game. Here you go, you get an E. That was my verdict on Knightshift, the first episode of the Steambox series. If you got all the way through, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you for episode 2.